Hi everyone, I am going to be showing you how to do a FNet versus displacement graph for worksheet number 6. So let me share my screen really quick. We're going to do one question together, and then you guys will be on your way to doing worksheet 6 on your own. So an energy graph, this is the first time you've seen it. This is a net force versus displacement graph. So you might be asking yourself, where do we get use of a net force versus displacement graph using energy? Well, we should see that force and displacement are two things that we find very helpful. We actually use them in the equation work equals force parallel times distance, or FD cosine theta. So we are actually going to use this equation and this graph, and we're going to find work. So where do I actually multiply force times distance? Well, we can multiply force times distance in this graph, and what we'll end up finding is area under the curve. So in this case, area under the curve on a graph that looks like this is really going to be work. It also is going to be area under the curve down here. The difference, you guys, is that work is obviously dependent on being positive or negative, and we can see if it's positive or negative based on where it is in consideration to our displacement axis. Okay, so if you're below that x-axis, then your work is going to be negative. And if you're above the x-axis, your work is going to be positive, meaning you're putting energy into the system versus taking energy out. Now, how do I actually find the work done? Well, you just divvy it up into areas that you can, that you feel confident into calculating. So what I would do is divvy it up into maybe a rectangle like this, and then divvy it up into a triangle like this. So if I were to find the work done from 0 to 1.5 meters, I would say, well, the work is going to be force, which is 6, multiplied by the displacement, which was 0 to 1.5. And you can actually calculate that that work is going to be 6 times 1.5, 9 Newton meters or joules. Same thing I could do here. I'm also going to look at the positive work done, this time from 1.5 meters to 2. This time my area is going to be 1/2. The base is actually only 0.5. And then the height, the maximum force up there is 6. So if I do 0.5 times 6, that's 3, divided by 2 again, this is going to be 1.5 Newton meters. So both of these are actually positive work because they have a positive force, compared to down here where they're actually going to have a negative force at -4 newtons. So I hope this was helpful. You're going to use this graph to answer the following questions below, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Good luck.